Hi all, so here's an example of a hypothesis test with proportions using Z. And we'll only use StatCrunch and we won't do these by hand. So we want to study whether yawning is contagious. So we have a sample of 250 research participants that record what happens after they see someone else yawn. And out of the 250 participants, 140 yawned within 20 seconds of seeing someone else yawn. We also want to know if more than half of all people yawn in response to seeing another person yawn using a 0.05 significance level. Okay, so we know this is a proportion problem because we can see it's 141 out of 250 research participants. So remember, anytime you can phrase your data as x out of n, in this case 140 out of 250, that just means it's a proportion problem. It's clearly not a mean in this example. It's a proportion, so it doesn't say anything about mean. So let's go to StatCrunch. Okay, so we go to Stat, Proportion Stats, one sample with summary, and we have 141 out of 250, and our hypothesis value is 0.5, but we want to see if it's greater than 0.5. So if P is greater than 0.5. So hit compute. Okay, so let's copy this. And we are given our hypotheses, and we see that it's no longer mu because this is proportion, so it's P. And so they give us our test statistic, like always, and our p-value. And we can see our sample proportion as well. So our conclusion, we do always reject H naught if the p-value is less than 0.05. And in this example, we see that our p-value is 0.02, which is less than 0.05. So we can conclude we reject H naught. There is sufficient evidence to conclude that the proportion is greater than 0.5. In other words, more than half of all people yawn in response to seeing another person yawn. So you could really just put, instead of this, I'll just copy it, and you can copy this. Paste that. And then that's our conclusion. This is always saying what we want to conclude, so if we can phrase it in that way, we'll just copy that. So that's it.